welcome back to the channel. We got some things to go over. Happy New Year, all the blessings, everything. So pretty much at this point, I'm just going to kind of give you an update on everything that I've been caught up with in the past, I don't know, a month or so. It's been slow and steady as we've just been moving through things, getting things together with Chanel or Brutus. So now it's the time to pretty much show you what I've been. For a long time now, I've been wanting to do this idea of clear lenses. So I've gone through the process to pretty much make that happen. Cut out, some cardboard to make it to shape, placed it on top of everything, and then I transferred it to this new piece. This new piece, which has a bunch of tape all over it and everything, was a good test piece to see through and through what everything looked like. And then I posted about it. You guys may have seen that, may have not, but overall, we all agreed that it needed a bezel. So tried it out, just taped it up a little bit just to see what the bezel would look like, and it looked kind of great. So now I ended up making a few extra test pieces, and then it was some real different material, same material, a little bit thicker, so that way we can actually, make it a little bit flush mounted all the way through and through. So the end goal with this one is just put it in the wrong hole. So can't really use it at this point, but it was a good plan of action to get everything lined up where it needs to be, cut it out into spec until we came out with this, which was almost perfect. And then I cracked the corner of it. So woe is me, but it just taught us that we need to do some other stuff. So it was pretty much a representation of that and going through the steps to basically make clear lenses for a Jetstream headlight. So I thought it was pretty cool. Hopefully you guys like it. Enjoy the show. Peace. So it's time to finally update and level up our lineup tools. So I got a transfer punch, essentially, so that way I can put in each one of these holes at any point in time. And then, actually, I'll just give you an example. Looking on this side, pretty much puts it in a hole, lines it up. These are M4 holes. So this will be an M4 thread pitch. Goes in there, then it has a point, which you probably won't be able to see. Yep, there we go. There's a point right on the top. So that way it'll make a little indent on whatever surface you're trying to transfer that to. So you know exactly where you need to drill the hole. So it worked out perfectly for this one. So we're gonna do the same thing for this one. That way it'll be lined up where it needs to be. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So let's not. And you'll get these little indents. I lifted it up a little bit. So you'll get these little indents here, here, and here. That'll pretty much tell you exactly where you need to go to line up the hole. So we'll just drill these out and then we should be good to put it on there and make sure it lines up. And then just like that, we'll place this on top, get everything in place, and boom, nice and lined up. So now we need to cut this to shape a little bit more, trim it up just a smidge. I think more so on the outside than anything. So we'll trim that up a little bit, but we're probably gonna paint, would be my guess. So we'll take the bottom layer off so we can set a border around, about a 1-inch border around the whole thing. And then from there, we'll go ahead, paint it, the edge, and then the front top piece can come off. So top, I'm gonna try and protect it at all costs as best I can. The bottom, we're just gonna take it off and then start slowly taping off where we need to be. But that way we try and avoid scraping and scratching any of this. So we're just basically gonna drill 3, 1, 2, 3, try and get some meat here, but all of this is metal. So metal and then fiberglass and paint on top. So it should be nice and sturdy. Take a second to drill through, but that way we can hopefully just tap it and then use some bolts and be good to go. So let's test it out. All right, so I pretty much got another piece that I've already cut out. Somewhat, I need to trim it up just a little bit in comparison because this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Fits on there just as it should, but this is very, very close. So we'll just trim up the edges a little bit here and try again. And then we'll do the same thing because I have that side cut out, tracing out for this, just a little bit bigger. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit as well on the edges and should be set. So let's go over to the old band. So we have a nice piece trimmed up, cut up. Looks okay. Probably could be a little bit better on this side overall, but that's okay for now. This is our first piece, so we'll see how it goes, but it looks good here. Smoothed it down, lined up all the holes. I just need to drill the holes up here, and then we should be good to try and test fit it. So let's see what we got. But just like comparison, lens, pretty good. Looks pretty good compared to no lens, which also looks good. No complaints either which way, but man, I just think the lens will kind of make it pop a little bit more especially because I went through the trouble of already grinding this down and having Robert, thank you again, for putting metal here for me. So yeah, so this is another damn test piece, but we're getting close. We're getting real close. Given the thickness of this piece, which you probably can't really see on camera, is a little bit thinner than what apparently I bought. I'm not really sure. Thought I bought the same stuff, but apparently not. So either way, this is a little bit thicker. So these are the dimensions that I am using for this. And I actually like the thicker stuff, to be honest with you. One, it should be a little bit more resistant. It seems like it kind of follows the lines a little bit better too. So it's good up top for the most part. I need to make some relief cuts just to relieve some of this little tension pressure that's right here. But that will probably work out with once I make them flush mount. So that way it should bring it down a little bit. And it should relieve a little bit of this pressure. So we'll test that out before obviously doing another piece. But I actually cut these with scissors just to see how well it would work. Cut pretty well. Cleaned up the edges a little bit, but the lines are just getting better and better. I mean, I need to heat up the edges to bring this down so it kind of flows all the way down to the very end. But aside from that, even if it doesn't, I mean, it just sits right here on the lid and then I heat it up, that'll look pretty good. So we'll see if that works out. But yeah, drilled these holes out to be a little bit bigger, M4, and then tapped them for all this side and that side. So we'll see if that works out pretty well in the long run here. But like I said, it's a little over on this side, so we could definitely trim that up to clean that piece up. But this side looks money, good on the edges and everything. So I like it. I like how it's gonna line up in the long run. We'll see if I get it done before Miata reunion. That'd be pretty sick, but if not, it is what it is. But this thicker side, you can see it, let me try and get you guys level. You can see that this is pretty flush as is. So it'll be perfect. And the goal is to have like a little silicone bead here, just around the edges. So it kind of cleans it up a little bit more even from that standpoint, but we'll see if I like it. I mean, like I said, I'm waiting for the other pieces on top, so I'll have replacements if I don't like how all this ends up at the end of the day, but cool. I mean, we got it for now. We'll see if it works out. We'll just keep playing around with this piece until we get it right. And time has finally come to hopefully paint these for the last time. This is the third iteration I think I've made of these. It's just trying to get it all as close to perfect as we can get it. Definitely still not perfect, but it should do, hopefully, for what we're looking for. So get this, we'll just use some duplicate color because I don't have the exact color for that, but it should match pretty well overall. So we'll just try and get the edges, and then we'll immediately try and take all this stuff. Well, probably not immediately. We'll take a little time, and then we'll try and take all this stuff off so it looks good. So I like the way it came out ultimately. I think if I were to do it again, try and make these corners a little bit crispier, but otherwise, I mean, it's gonna be on the underneath side, so the top side's still gonna be crystal clear. So that's why I'm kind of waiting to flip the other side over, because I need to put it on the car first. But aside from that, yeah, it looks good. Everything came off pretty clear. It lined up pretty well. It's just trying to get everything perfect, you know. Takes a little bit of time, but aside from that, yeah. And it's got a little flake in there too. I don't know if you'll be able to even see it too well, but yeah, it kind of mirrors the same flake that's on the car. Well, here's a little sunlight for you. So it's really dusty, but either way, that way we can at least have something to kind of resemble the car as is. And then, yeah, let's try and put these things on, shall we? I need to find a better solution for my pieces to come in, because if I'm going to be working on this car ever, taking these in and out all the time is going to destroy the bumper because it's fiberglass and I don't have anything put on the backside. So I'll either put some rib nuts through if I can make it work. Otherwise, I'll have Robert help me out here and put some fiberglass pieces on the backside, just to prevent it from stripping the hole out. So let's get to it. All right, after multiple attempts, this feels like the best one so far. So we got the bezel. I still need to make this a little bit thicker down at the bottom just because of how close the hole is. So just make that a little bit thicker going all the way up. Should be good there. And then, yeah, the back top piece is level. Should be good. Fitting it up here where it's supposed to be. And then, yeah, I'm just waiting for some other stuff so that way I can make sure that these, when I take them out, I can put them back in without them backing out. So I'm just going to use some JB Weld, something on the back of the hole to try and seal it up so that way I can continuously keep drilling and it will hold its shape kind of like a screw, and then should be reusable. So that's the goal. But let's yeah, let's get that one corner, let's get that side a little bit thicker, and then we should be little patch job incoming. Now that we got everything on there, now we just need to try and heat it up a little bit, get it to form to a shape to some degree, and hopefully it'll come out a little bit better than what we initially had laying out here. But this side already looks better because you can see it's kind of formed where it's supposed to here, to where the rest of it kind of sits nice. So with that in mind, hopefully the rest of it will continue to do the same thing, and then yeah, we can keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. All right, finally taking them off. Took that side off. Let's take this side off real quick and see what our semi-finished project is gonna be. Taking these off, as you can see, freaking cracked it. So I gotta make another one, which is not the end of the world, because I probably gotta make another one for the other side too. But, dude, besides these little burn marks sitting here on the edges, oh, it would look so good without this broken. Holy smokes. Looks so good without that broken. But this is how I would do it. Holy crap, looks crazy. From like weird angles, you know, it looks just completely different. And I wish I had more light over here to see all this, but this is the end result, man. So biggest thing I know I need to do is just clean up the edge on this end because it's a little overhangy, but otherwise inside we're looking pretty good here. Same with this side, we're looking pretty good. Little overhang, slight overhang. Same on the outside. So as long as it's longer, not shorter, we're doing okay. But it's just kind of ridiculous. I think it looks great. I think we'll keep them on there. I'm probably gonna end up putting some riv nuts underneath these just so I can repurpose them, take them out, put them back in as I want, put on different lenses and everything as I want. But at least for now, everything's together again. So it's good to see. It's good to see. I love seeing the lenses. I wish I would have did it sooner. It just is pretty freaking sick, if I'm honest. So, but yeah, man. I think it looks pretty good. All things considered. I need to get the turn signals updated on this, but I'm very happy with the outcome of this. Very, very happy with the outcome. So I can have turn signals in these as well. We'll see if I want to do that or keep them as daytime ring lights, but that's the determination right now. Because if we do just daytime running lights, then we have the one, because the other one's a turn signal, which then would be was it not hooked up? It probably came off. Yeah, it came off. Okay, that's fine. It's supposed to be the other way around. Yeah. See what we want to run with, but super happy with the way it came out. It's going to be awesome when we're finalized with it. Then we can block it off and put all kinds of craziness on it. So a little under the weather, but like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, man. Happy New Year. If you're seeing this after the fact, appreciate y'all for watching as always. Catch you on the next one. Peace.